This family adventure van behind me is the Crew Mode by Storyteller Overland. It's built on the Mercedes Sprinter 170 3500 chassis, and it's their newest model in the lineup. Now, since this is the Crew Mode, it seats 5 with a removable jump seat. There is the pop top up above with sleeping and a north-south bed in the back. Now, this one is the very first of its kind, and it's a prototype. So today, I'm just going to give you a quick look at it until we can get a production version in our hands, and I can give you a more detailed walkthrough then. This is Dave. He is the VP of Engineering and Quality over at Storyteller Overland, and Dave is going to tell us all about some of the features of this new 170.
You know, one thing we do here at Storyteller Overland, we focus on the adventure community, the overlanding community. We're always looking to see how we can go further off-road, off-grid. One of the problems that we're trying to solve is what happens if you want to take your crew with you, hence this new prototype, the 170 Crew. So the goal of this vehicle was to be able to haul 5 to 6, sleep 5 to 6. The prototype as it sits now, we've got 5 seats. One of the things that jumps out to you first right here is this new swivel bench that we have installed. And this is the passenger seating area. We've got the jump seat that's sitting out here. We'll probably take a look at in a minute. This is a really cool feature for us. It swivels into the drive mode position where you're forward facing as you would expect, and then swivels into what we're calling camp mode or lounge mode right now. As you can see, it really opens up the vehicle to the campsite.
Now, something that's new for Storyteller is the pop-top tent.
It's pretty cool, a lot of cool features. The goal of this is a one-touch open, one-touch close. So it's fully electrically actuated. It's a hard-sided tent. It's got insulation. It's got protection. We view this as an extra room, not just a hard-sided tent or an extra rooftop tent per se. So the goal of this was really to create a nice environment up there for the customer. You know, if your kids want to go up there and have a little nest, or you want to get up and read a book, it's a perfect place. We also have our Max fan that's installed up there as well, so it takes care of ventilation not only in the tent itself, but when the tent's closed, it's positioned through the pass-through that it's the vent for the van as well.
Nice. And then in terms of the rooftop, how much solar have you gone with?
Again, further off-road, off-grid, more people, more capacity. We have 350 watts of solar installed from the factory at this point.
Since you are getting more capacity, what have you done in terms of freshwater storage, gray tank, that sort of thing, and battery power?
Yeah, prototype reminds you that, but right now is configured, we're about 40 gallons of fresh water, and then we've got 25 gallons gray water tank. We've got, thinking 16 to 18 kilowatts of power, prototype. There's a lot more electrical horsepower that the customer won't necessarily see, but it helps us run some of the additional features in the van. You'll notice we've got 2-channel accent lighting in here, both in the tent and in the vehicle itself. These red lights are being featured now. We're calling that yacht mode.
Now, you said off-road, so I got to point out the fact that this is the all-wheel drive platform. It's got the BFG all-terrain tires, and I'm assuming you're going with a secondary alternator on this as well?
Yeah, as configured, this prototype has the N62. It's been doing a great job charging the batteries. And one of the cool features that we're testing in this vehicle right now is the low idle charging. So it's very quiet, very tame, makes it nice to get the battery charged when you need it.
Nice. Now, I know this is a prototype, but are we able to like swivel the seats back and put the 5th seat in?
Yeah, absolutely, we could do that. One thing we'll have to do is, it's a geometry problem in every van. So this seat swivels out, and then you got to reach down here, engage the swivel, and it pivots around, locks into place, swivels back. And similar to our XO seats, this does slide out to give you enough elbow room.
And here is the jump seat.
You click lock, clamp it down, you're good to go.
And that'll go backwards as well on the track.
Yeah, you can sort of choose your own adventure where you want to sit. By design, you know, being an engineer, you put it right in the middle, right? So you've got your alway here and your alway here, but if you need to move the seat around or you want to pull it out and store stuff, we've got the L-track here for you.
Cool. There is an enclosed shower.
Yes.
You've got the galley, microwave, larger fridge, I like that.
Yeah.
Any other features?
Yeah, one of the cool things we did with the fridge is, you know, internally we stress about the details and we argue about which way the refrigerator should open. So one of the cool things we did was sort of source a refrigerator that can open either way. So if you're here cooking, you want to access quickly, Opens this way. If you want to grab something from the outside, you can quickly access it from this direction.
I say we take a look at that back area.
Yeah,
see
let's
what that's
go
all
look.
about.
One of the things we wanted to try out here was a bench seating configuration. And you know, you're carrying your crew, you want to hang out with your crew. So this side of the vehicle shows the bench configuration, so seated. You know, envision a table here that's being set up, you're playing cards or whatnot. The other thing we have going on is we have this side of, we're calling this the troop lounge. You know, envision like an old troop carrier, or, you know, spell it TROUPE, a merry troop of, you know, musicians or whatnot. Here we have the work surface or the bed mode deployed. So this flips up and it's an ergonomic seating position, work on your laptop, you know, rebuild, you know, you got a problem with your bicycle out in the field, etc. This flexibility enables this to be used in multiple different ways and also provide all the different storage solutions you need. So, you know, the concept overall is a low bench seat that converts into a high bed, so you have all this storage space available as needed.
Okay, so this other side then will come up and meet this, and this becomes your platform bed.
Correct. These two sides deploy and meet in the middle.
I see you can fit at least one mountain bike under here.
Yeah, so we can actually fit a couple different bikes. You know, if you're willing to take the pedals off, you can snake them in here together. And of course, there's other ways to mount and hang bikes as well. But yeah, one of the cool features we thought we'd like to explore is a cargo drawer that pulls out. So whether you're carrying, you know, heavy gear that you want to get in and out, or tall gear that you want to get it out, just ease of access and ergonomics. And frankly, it's another work surface too. If you pull this out and you're out camping, you've got wet gear, etc.
And I did notice another thing is a lot of extra storage in here compared to the other vans.
Yeah, one of the struggles with 170 van configurations is that they are much bigger, but as soon as you start building them out, you ask yourself, where'd all the space go? Wheel wells are much larger, and you always seem to run out of storage. So one thing we focused on was trying to keep as much above head storage as we possibly could. So
with the length of this bed, I'm assuming this is a north-south sleeping arrangement.
Yes, yeah, so this is a full-size queen bed
Okay.
at this point. Yeah, the design intent would be a north-south sleep, but I'm sure our friends will get creative.
You've mentioned a few times this is a prototype. So I'm assuming that feature set and everything else could potentially change along the way once you make it to production.
Yeah, absolutely. We're belovedly calling this Prototype 1 for a reason. And, you know, the goal is for us to get into production perhaps Q1. That's TBD, but absolutely we're here, we're gathering information, talking to all the people that are, you know, end users, dealers, etc., and learning what works, what doesn't work, and we'll take it back and we'll scrutinize it and redevelop.
Well, it looks awesome. You guys have done a great job. We can't wait to get our hands on one so we can take it out, test it, play with it like we usually do, and then do our full walkthrough then. So y'all stay tuned once the production version of this is coming out. Now, Dave said maybe Q1 of 2025. We'll see about that, but we're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Well, here is that rooftop tent, and this area is actually really nice. I like what they've done with it. This is the control screen for the camper itself, and you can control all the lights and everything else, so you don't have to like go down to turn something on or change the temperature in here and that sort of thing. But this has just been a quick overlook of this prototype. Again, as Dave said, a lot of things can and may change in this. So once we get our hands on a production version that we can do a full walkthrough of, we'll do that and you'll see that on our channel. Now, I would love to know what you think of the 170 Crew Mode by Storyteller Overland. Leave us a comment down below. Tell us what features you like, what features you may like to see in the final production mode. That being said, it's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to see more videos of some of the other Storyteller Overland vans that we've done, check out our channel. We're the Russos. We'll see you next time. Bye.
This video is sponsored by Storyteller Overland.